Hello there guys, this is Knight79 back with a bit of an update here on my second attempt at a Vandals campaign. So I got defeated on the first one, and I've played a campaign through here until 420 AD, and what I'll do now is I'll probably turn this into a Let's Play. But first, just a quick update on how things have been going before I turn this into the Let's Play. Right, been eventful really, as you can see. From the diplomatic status, I've got a lot of friends in a lot of areas, and what I've essentially done is I started out over here, you know, in this area. Was it this area? Yes, it was. And I slowly moved this way. Now, there's a few changes from the first Let's Play. The actual game start has changed, so I had to make a couple of changes. I moved through here. I released Illyria, but I've had to let this, through diplomacy, they were attacked by somebody that I didn't want to be at war with, so I had to let this go. I then came through, sacking my way through here. I came through into Germany, and subjugated, basically, the Allemans. I then subjugated the Langobards, I subjugated the Thuringians, and then I moved into this area, into France. And all this raising has been me, basically fighting back the Romans, and I pushed the Romans back all the way down to here, raising as I went. Now, there was a few harsh moments, a few twitchy moments while I was moving down here, where, you know, a few of the German factions and the Jutes then declare war on me, and I had a bit of an issue with the Picts declaring war on me. So I had a lot of enemies coming in behind, so I decided what I'd do is I'd circle back up, come back up through Germany and subjugate away again. I raised the Franks. Now the Franks were here and here. As I came through this way, I took the Franks territory, raised this, subjugated the Allemans, and I then took on the Burgundians because they declared and they had quite some forces. They had these two territories and this one. So I raised these two and managed to get over here. I did subjugate the Burgundians, but about 20 turns ago, they actually declared war on me as I moved into Britain. Now, currently, as it stands, I have 4 hordes. I have 2 that have moved through Britain, and as you can see, Britain's been a bit more successful this time. This turn round, I've just managed to subjugate the Picts. I'm possibly going to be moving back down here, subjugate. I might leave these alone actually, and just leave at the Abdanians, and just move my way back through Britain and start making a push against the Romans again. Now the Romans have got pretty strong, so I'm going to have to play this very, very carefully, and see how I get on. But through diplomacy, and I'll be honest, diplomacy with this faction is very, very, very important. And as you can see, I've got a lot of friends. Even the Western Roman Empire, you know, they really like me. But they're at war. They won't go for peace either. For some reason, they just won't agree with this peace treaty.
Speak what you must and be done.
You know, there's just no way that they'll do it. I've tried all kinds. And even with the bank that I've got there, you know, I've offered the whole amount and it's still showing low. So, you know, getting that peace treaty's really been difficult. So the aim with the hordes that I've got, I'm having to do a bit of a heal up and move. I'm a bit low on money because I've got hordes congregating in the same regions. You know, as you can see, the hordes are pretty small. This one's doing pretty well. You know, I'm doing okay here, but I can't encamp anything at the moment. So, you know, I'm trying to build up hordes to look sort of like this. You know, I'm using a lot of Germanic swordsmen at the moment. You know, I mean, the amount of spears that I've got and things, you know, I need to have a play about with the armies. Technology-wise, as you can see, I focused on military. You know, I was getting plenty of money by just sacking and raising settlements. That's where I've been getting all my income from. So there's not really been a reason to research the civic tree as such. I focus more on the military tree to make sure that I've got really big, powerful soldiers. Now, I'm starting this research here. I might stop this and go back to finishing this one off for the replenishment. And then, you know, I've got a few more. Let's get these done so that I can get the recruitment capacity, increased, so I can raise hordes pretty fast. Now, the building of hordes, I've kind of, they're all different as such. But one thing that I have gone from on them all, nope, not that one, is the storage wagons. Now, the storage wagons, you get food from it, you get growth, and you get food from, wealth from animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, because of the goat herds, has been the way I've got my food. Now, food hasn't been a great problem for me, but it's going to be as I start bringing these hordes together. As you can see, I'm focusing now on making sure that all the hordes have plenty of food. The growth is 15, it goes up to about 35 when I'm encamped. I focused a couple on, these are the starting out hordes that I had, and as you can see here, I've focused on getting these, the Alani Spearmen. The dogs are so powerful. Making sure that I've got this building, I've upgraded it so I can get a bit more wealth coming in. Hunters camps, really important really, so you can get the horsemen and the Germanic warband. And I've been going, not for the lancers or the raiders as such, but I've been going for the archers. I'm not too fussed about lancers or raiders. They're probably powerful cavalry units, but at the moment I've not come up against forces with strong enemies that I've needed to have the shock cavalry. The dogs and the Germanic warband have been able to do that enough for me. As I described in one of the earlier videos, this building, I've had to build this to get Onager. Onager's been really important to be able to take buildings like, cities, settlements like that with the walls. You need the Onager to do it. And because I've played a very aggressive hit and run sort of format with my campaign, as I've come in, I've not given the enemies chance to build armies to defend with. I've basically come running in, obliterated what I can, smashed them to pieces, and run quickly, which is what I'm going to do now. I've pushed my way through. I've raised all this. I didn't raise this one. The Britons raised this. Subjugated Britain. Britain raised here. They've not really moved out. They've been absolutely super passive. I could do with them pushing through here. Now, I'm a bit undecided as whether to pick a fight with the Abdanians or not at the moment. I might go and have a mooch, see what they've got over here. Because as it currently stands, they've not got much down here. And the reason is because as I've moved through, the Picts owned most of this land. The Picts had everything here, so did the Jutes. I've basically come through and raised Britain. And the Abdanians have resettled it all. Now, ideally, I would like this to be owned by factions that I've subjugated, so that the bigger they get, the more income I get. But whether or not I want to pick a fight with the Abdanians, oops, let's go to diplomacy. Let's see who they're allied with. So, defensive with the Jutes, and a military alliance with the Picts. So the Caledonians, who are they with? They've got a defensive alliance with the Picts. You see, I could leave all this alone now, and I've got non-aggression pacts with them, so it's deteriorating. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here in Britain at the moment. I'm going to have a think about it. Ideally, I could do with this being land controlled by people that I like, so the goal at the moment now is to move out of Britain, out of this way, and come down here and start taking land here. I was hoping the Romans would settle everywhere in Spain, allowing me to set up a home in Galicia and basically colonise and have my first settlement area as Spain. And this is where I'm going to be settling first. Once I've settled here, I'll then start moving through Mauritania and Africa, all the way to Egyptus. So, looking at allies and diplomacy-wise, what I've tried to aim for, as you can see, is big chunks of green where I'm going to be able to use them as a buffer. So if I'm settling here, I've got this big chunk of green here and desolate land that all these factions are going to have to come through. One of the problems is I've got half of these guys fighting against each other, mainly up north. So these are all friendly. You know, the Western Roman separatists are fighting against these guys. You know, they're fighting here, but it's created a buffer state for me, essentially, and most of them are my. I've either subjugated them or liberated them. The goal was a liberation. You know, Franks I'm at war with, but they're a horde. I can't see them doing much. The Lugians, I've got reasonably good diplomacy, but I have no non-aggressions or anything like that with them. Even the Huns, as you can see, I've got the Huns have been quite a good faction to me, actually. So let's see, where are the Huns? Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There's the Huns. So it's deteriorating, but, you know, I've got a defensive alliance with them. And that's going to allow me to hopefully move through with the Hun armies, capturing as much as I can down here. But this is going to be the next challenge now. This is where it's going to get a bit tricky. And, you know, Rome has got a lot of armies. We can't really see them, but they've got about 6 or 7 armies down here. I'm not sure where they're moving to. They've got a couple of fleets operating. They seem to be giving the Alemans a bit of a trouble at the moment. They've taken territory away from the Alemans. But again, we'll see how this move goes. So I will be starting a Let's Play now with this campaign. It's played out a bit differently. And rather than coming down to Spain first, you know, other factions did a lot of stuff here for me. I sort of got to here, came this way, raided through, following the objectives, to be honest, gaining extra money, and it's allowed me to build up 4 armies, 4 hordes, which is what I'm going to finish off now, and then move out of Britain before I get into even more trouble. But Caledonians, possibly take them out and raise, just so it's 1 faction less, and it adds to the overall achievement. What's this one? I've not seen that. You know, the overall achievement, defeat 20 different factions by subjugating or making them tributaries. I've only got 7. You know, I've got to do 40, so I could add another one. That would be 8. If I do the Abdanians, that would be 9. You know, it helps. And if I raise Britain and turn Britain into absolutely just desolate area and subjugate these guys, then yeah, I might have an easier time when I settle, allowing, you know, nothing but friends to come from the east. So the military focus would be in Spain and to the south down here. So one thing we need to start looking at is, now that I'm moving this way, you know, I've got, yeah, non-aggression, fantastic. These guys really could do with a non-aggression here.
Do not try my patience with...
Nope. So, what else have we got? What's this? Desolate and unknown. So we've got an unknown faction here that I need to go and have a look for. But I would like, really, to have these guys as non-aggressions. You know, Egypt don't like me. But over to the east, again, I've got the Sassanid Empire and all their subsidiaries and that like me. So I'm trying to leave myself with an easy a time as possible, so that when I do settle, it's going to be a case of just building up the cities quickly and not having to deal with too many wars. So I'll finish the video here, and as I say, I'll now turn this campaign into a Let's Play. There's not been much that I've done different than the other Let's Play. So, you know, if you have a look through the other Let's Play, you'll see how I was sort of building the armies. That's the same kind of way, focusing on the same kind of techniques and things. Just a couple of slight little differences with how I actually moved through the territory. But the overall aim was the same, you know, to subjugate Britain, have Germany and Gaul and the Nordic lands, having all these factions as my friends, and then moving on. But we'll go into it in a bit more in-depth detail in the Let's Play, which will follow in the next week or so. So, firstly, allow me to apologise for actually losing the first Vandals campaign. I'm absolutely disgusted that I lost the campaign. I was still getting used to the horde movement. but I think I've got the hang of that now, so we'll be able to push through and do another campaign for you here. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope your Vandals campaign is going a bit better than mine. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave them below. If you enjoyed what you saw, please do hit that like button. That gives me a good track of if I'm doing okay on these videos or not. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.